All right, pre-show shenanigans, big time episode today. Big time announcements and things we need to discuss. But I have a bigger thing that we need to go over in the pre-show. It's a new qualm of mine. It's the newest thing that's been grinding my gears, Everett. And
yeah,
for me, I'm not sure about you, but for me, I'm not the biggest shoe guy. So I got like a pair of 2 or 3 shoes that I won't necessarily just overwear one pair into the dirt and kill it. I've got like 2 or 3 in my rotation. And these 2 or 3 in my rotation have lasted me a good amount of time. I would say like actually maybe even since my junior year.
I think I've seen them for a while.
The black ones.
Seen those for a while, yes.
Those black guys. So those black shoes like were my comfortable walking to class comfort shoes, not like athletic wear, but like, those got the job done. Recently, though, I've decided to retire those pair of shoes. I've decided to retire them. And
are they going in the rafters?
To be determined where exactly we're going to put them. It's not like they're like necessarily worn out. Like I could still wear them. It's just we're done. We're on to a new era in my shoe fandom career. And we are done with, I believe those were the Gazelles, the black Adidas Gazelles I wore for a while as my primary shoe. But I've switched to now Adidas Sambas, sticking the Adidas 3-stripe life. But while I was walking to class today, I kind of got that new shoe feel. I'm trying to be like, oh, don't crease it on day one, trying to make sure they stay intact, looking nice and fresh. I also recently got a haircut. Never wear new shoes to a haircut, people. Just, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that, but that's not the problem. I'm walking to class. I get to class. I'm about 15-ish minute walk away. No problems. I'm all good. Don't really notice anything. I sit down in my first class. I go to hit the classic, show up in class, laptop on desk, throw one foot over the other. And while I throw one foot over the other, I look, back of my shoe and I see that my heel is bleeding. I'm like, wait, I haven't felt any discomfort on this walk. I haven't noticed any type of pain, but I can see that the back of my sock, there's just a little tiny little
red spot.
And once I noticed that red dot, that was about halfway through my day. Every single step afterwards that I took hurt an excruciatingly additional amount of pain. The back of my heels right now, after I took the socks off, I expect them to look disgusting. It's a barely little, maybe like tiny little bit of skin like scraped off. It doesn't actually look bad, but oh my God, the cold air on my exposed blister right now hurts.
You and blisters, man. You and blisters.
I don't know what it is. I am going to be that kid wearing Band-Aids on the back of my heels for the rest of the week. I might have to put some padding on the inside of these shoes because it is just digging into my heel. And it's like
the back remember of my heel, these are your shoes for like the next 6 years now.
Oh, trust me. I processed that about 3 hours ago. And I'm like, wait, this is what my life is like until I get my new pair in 7 years. It's a big problem right now. It feels as if I'm like wearing loafers constantly with them digging into the back of your heels. Let's just say there's no fans on. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize in advance, but the sirens might not be too loud today. I have all windows shut. If I feel a breeze on the back of my heels,
okay, what is
literally
worse?
My Achilles heel right now.
This or the sunburn from last summer?
Oh, sunburn. Because that was
you were like T-posed. You couldn't move. You couldn't move.
For reference, like if let's say I just had a sunburn on my face, that sunburn, that would hurt more than this heel thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of minor inconveniences that really don't
bothersome
your life too much, this is up there. Like, it's up there with paper cut. It is up there with bad haircut. It is up there with.
Hey, don't disrespect the bad haircut. That's not a minor inconvenience. It's a major.
No, that's a major inconvenience.
That's a major inconvenience.
Correction.
It's a major inconvenience.
I mean, okay. This is slightly off topic, but in terms of recent things, a couple weeks ago, my brother and I, we've been going to the same barber, hairstylist for however many years. And recently, she's been getting pretty fucking busy. Okay. Recently, it's been getting increasingly harder to book a hair appointment with her. And so my brother was like, you know what? I'm not waiting 3 weeks for the fucking wait time to get a haircut. Think about that. Think about that. 3 weeks. Like, who the hell are your clients, ma'am? Like, what are we talking about? But my brother decided, screw it. You know what? I'm gonna do something I never thought I'd say, but I'm going to put my power of my hair in the hands of my mom. And my mom cut my brother's hair a couple of weeks ago. Not like a crazy, nothing off the top, no scissors. Just took like the shavers and went to like a razor. 4 or a 3 or a 5 on the back. And I was actually very, very impressed with my mom's ability to like go, because she did not cut anything off the top, which I guess I would assume makes it harder, right?
You can't blend it as well. There's no blending.
That's
right?
The blending aspect. And my mom, like, she literally just eyeballed it like, shit, how would I do this if I were? And she was like, if you were just normally shaving back, the guard on, you just go all the way down. But she was like, screw it. And this is how barbers do it. You know, you put the little comb out.
Yeah, comb. You get it, you know,
add like a little bit out, and then you like shave it from there. Like she actually kind of faded it. Now it wasn't like a fade, but like I might have to get a mom cut next time. I might have to.
Now we're gonna need enough if you get a mom cut.
Oh, we're filming the whole thing.
Need a before and after. Yes.
Live stream. Yeah. No, it will be live. And trust me, my mom will want to do the live stream. She'll be asking me to do it. So we could do that. You know what? Maybe there's no way you'd agree to this. Could we make some Super Bowl bet? Loser has my mom cut their hair.
Oh no, you know
I know you wouldn't do it. I know you wouldn't do it. I know you wouldn't do it. I'd ask.
Also, you and I both know the Chiefs are going to win the fucking Super Bowl. So there's
we don't even.
You can't bet on it. You can't bet on it. Is it going to be whether or not Taylor Swift gets proposed to? Like that could be the bet. But I feel like that's still.
Wait. I just have another question. Like, now, usually when it comes to Super Bowl MVP, actually, when was the last time a non-quarterback won Super Bowl MVP? Was it Malcolm Smith Seahawks? Has it been that long? Like, when was the last time? There's got to be a receiver.
No, I think it's a wide.
There's got to be
something.
Cooper Kupp, right?
Yes.
Or did Stafford win it?
No, Cooper Kupp won it.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I didn't have to go that far back. Never mind. Right. I'm just considering though that maybe Travis Kelce just wins Super Bowl MVP. If it's on that last game,
I think he's retiring either way. So, the storyline might work.
But NFL,
then he'll have Taylor Swift up there. He can have the whole trophy talk, and in it, he'll propose. Right there. We got it. We got it.
What if they made?
It's all written out. The script's written. It's all written out.
What if at the Super Bowl they do it a first time ever? It's never been done before. What if they present the Chiefs their Super Bowl rings right when they win it, and then Kelce takes his ring, immediately gets on one knee, proposes to Taylor Swift? Or Travis Kelce, okay, he pulls a Vontae Davis. Okay, he says he's playing next year. He says he's committed to 2024. Retires at halftime when they do the Super Bowl ring ceremony. In that they do it week 1, correct?
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant in the Super Bowl. I was that's a bold move.
Week 1 next year, Travis, I can't believe, if I were him, I wouldn't be willing to go through this
Travis
struggle.
Wouldn't do that just because the way that it would screw over the team and that,
And also, I don't think Travis is going to take a page out of the Coach K handbook and go on a farewell tour and demand that everywhere you go, the whole stadium and school stops as you show up to applaud you and appreciate you because you're just that important.
You mean
to the sport of basketball?
The Elton John 10-year retirement farewell tour?
That's deserved.
That's fair. Deserved. That was on me.
We can't.
I shouldn't have slandered that. Yeah, no, that was on me. That's
trust me. I personally didn't get to go. The tickets were so much, but when my parents went to Elton John at Dodger Stadium, that was like one of the best nights of their life, like 8 years ago. Crazy shit. Like,
guess what? He probably has another Dodgers concert coming up in like the next year.
Oh, there's definitely like 3 a month. even during the season, they're like, you guys are playing at 4 today. Like Elton John's going on at 8. We need to get this game.
We need to move it up.
Literally.
Don't hit too many home runs. We need the fireworks for tonight. So
like if one of you hits the Jumbotron, that really lowers the value of the show afterwards. So please do not hit it. But yeah, fun little pre-show. I hate new shoes. That's the moral takeaway of this pre-show. But all right, without further ado, Everett, unless you got any other gizmos and gadgets to go over, no? Okay.
I'm not Inspector Gadget.
I thought you were, but okay. Thank you for clearing that one up. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 191. The Super Bowl 58 matchup is set. The Kansas City Chiefs will be taking on the San Francisco 49ers in the Las Vegas Death Star. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are definitely going to Disneyland. And yeah, there's nothing I can do about it but sit here, pout, complain, and cry as Patrick Mahomes is about to win back-to-back Super Bowls after getting rid of Tyreek Hill, the fastest player in NFL history. Anything else?
So yeah, one big thing. We have a man. We thought Calvin Ridley bet on himself. We thought that
I forgot
any better than that.
I didn't even have that written down today. Damn it. That's on me.
Kayshon Boutte.
Kayshon Boutte, former highly projected first round talent,
like top 5
2 years ago, ahead for last year's draft. Okay, Kayshon Boutte out of LSU. A big thing at LSU is having the privilege of wearing number 7 there. Okay, they don't give that number to chumps. To wear number 7 at LSU, you straight up need to call up Peterson. You need to call up Tyrann Mathieu. You need to call up all of them and ask for permission. Leonard Fournette. You need to literally Stingley, they need to give you permission. So he called them up. They gave Boutte permission to wear 7. That's a very big thing at LSU. And then very big things out of Kayshon Boutte going into his last season.
Yeah, you can say big things. Definitely big.
Well, we're not even talking about the gambling yet. Kayshon Boutte was supposed to declare for the draft, not last season, but 2 years ago. He was supposed to declare for the NFL draft. That's what people expected. People were anticipating. He, last second, had a change of heart, decided to stay at Florida after his position coach, re-signed a contract.
At LSU?
At LSU, my bad. Re-signed a contract to stay there, and he stayed as well. Apparently, Everett, the rumor is that, well, this isn't rumor, this is fact. Kayshon Boutte, that receiver coach, and a recruiting assistant had some type of relationship with each other. The recruiting assistant was fired, the wide receiver coach was fired, and Boutte remained his last season at LSU.
Now let's get to the actual. You're kind of like fluffing it up a little bit. I know. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Come on.
Boutte went from first round pick to where did he
this is 6th round. It's an all-time story of you should be leaving for the draft. Don't stay. And
I thought for a while that story was explained by, some off the field stuff, not gambling related, which deterred him. However, I now know why Kayshon Boutte went from round 1 prospect to round 6. Kayshon Boutte.
Let me give you.
Would you like to say the number? Let me give
you guys some stats here. He placed 8,900 bets in the span of 13 months. That's a 1 bet per hour per day.
Yes. 1 bet per hour per day. 1 bet per hour per day.
He deposited a total amount of $132,147.53 into his account. Kayshon Boutte won. Was not trying to hide it. Boutte won a total of $556,267.58 and used that money to mainly make more bets. He then finally withdrew $50,000. So I don't know what the discrepancy there was. Did he lose $500,000? Did he leave it in his account?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
Because he made a second account. He went from Kayshon Boutte 1 to Kayshon Boutte 7.
Yes.
So, hey, there could be other things.
Well, but question real quick before we quite dive into this story. Better username, Kayshon Boutte 1, Kayshon Boutte 7, or Calvin Ridley 13, or whatever the hell his was. Which one's the best?
Having 2 different ones.
That shows dedication. Now, do we know which site he was signed up to? because
I'm
they
gonna be
should get
honest.
some
I
pretty
bet
big
you it's like
promo here.
I bet you it's like FanDuel.
Now, if I
But
was FanDuel or DraftKings,
you could do a check right now, and you could see which are
me look
legal
it
in. Well, there's a lot in Louisiana. Actually, I could have answered that question. But
I'm just saying. You know,
the
Everett.
peak of this. So 6 of these bets, he bet 6 times on LSU football, including one game where he bet on himself specifically.
Do
you
we know
which
that it's
game
only
that was?
one time?
Yes, we do, because they have a log.
I have a
You want to know which game? No, this is let me get this out first.
I know what you're talking about.
You know which game he bet on.
Could it have possibly been the one game against Texas A&M where he had 0 targets in the fourth quarter? Could it have been that game? Wait, no, it's not that game, right?
Him versus FSU, where he shit the bed horrendously.
Okay, so I heard a conflicting report. I heard a report that he bet on the LSU Texas A&M game. I
think he bet. I don't know if he bet on himself. He bet on
visibly frustrated on the sidelines with 0 targets in the fourth quarter.
He bet on himself versus FSU on September 4th, 2022. He bet that he would score at least 1 touchdown and that he would have over 82.5 receiving yards. Neither of which hit.
Catch props. He wasn't confident in that.
Yards.
That sends a message. He wasn't so sure about
touchdowns. That. Yards and touchdowns.
Why no reception prop? Why no reception prop, Kayshon?
Neither of which hit. So, just funny. I'm surprised. The most surprising out of all this is the fact he wasn't suspended. He could have played the whole season. He just sucked, but he could have played the whole season if he wanted to.
Well, he was studying gambling lines, Everett. He's a sharp. Okay.
Do you think he went to the Calvin Ridley School of Degeneracy?
I think Calvin Ridley went to his school.
I don't know. That'd be kind of weird dynamic. He would be older than the professor.
In the sport of gambling, age has nothing to do with it. Experience is how you measure how.
Do you think Kayshon Boutte goes up to Calvin Ridley? He's like, "Hey,
8,900 bets.
Let me show you how to operate your phone." Legend stats.
I mean, we're talking the Raptors numbers.
That's going into the Raptors of the police station.
I'm just saying. I just did some quick math. You said he risked a total of roughly 130,000, correct?
He deposited 132,000.
Okay. Never mind. That changes everything. Never mind.
Then when up
I was gonna say
to 500,
his unit was around $15 based on that. And if he was up that much,
he won a total of 556,000 off of the 132,000 that he. Deposited.
That is confirmed. But the 8,900 bets, that wasn't just from the initial 100,000.
I don't know. It just says in a 13-month span.
Well, I'm just saying we don't unit shame here, but if those numbers added up and he was an average bet of $15 per bet and he went up 400 something, oh my God.
I guarantee you don't
Everett,
deposit.
We're talking about a sharp.
You don't deposit 132 grand and put $15 down on each thing. No. He's putting like 50K down on each. Like 30K.
The only thing I could possibly explain to risk 100K on a $15 average bet size and go up 400 is if he was putting like 7-10 leggers for $15 and they'd hit. And if that's the case, Kayshon, you need to start a YouTube channel.
I just want to also add though, like if he went for if he won 556,000 and then only withdrew 50,000 because he lost the remaining 500, I need a 60 minutes on how that happened.
Yes.
I need like a 30 for 30.
What happened for like the NBA finals last year, dude? Like I have a lot of questions. Like how the hell do you actually go from 100 to 400 sports gambling? That is one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life. Like he's genuinely a sharp. Like straight up, if you were DraftKings or FanDuel, sign him to be a betting personality. I would much rather tune into Kayshon Boutte's picks than SVP and Stanford Steve at ESPN. Okay, I would much rather listen to Kayshon Boutte.
Well, I'm assuming that's going to be his next job, assuming he's not in prison. So, I mean, give or take.
Well, now this is something that I just personally have questions about. Okay, he placed 8,900 bets, and I think according to the report, that was during his time at LSU in Louisiana. Yes. So
Yes.
we don't know what he did in New England. Okay. We don't know what him, Jamison Williams, and Calvin Ridley
Well,
did in New England. Okay.
I'm assuming Bill had an idea, had a little inkling of what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah. But unfortunately, Matt Patricia covered it up. He was like, no, he's a key player. We're all good. Don't need to disclose that one. I'm just so curious though. If you are a DraftKings, a FanDuel, okay, one of these major betting companies, regardless where you're operating, well, they're operating all over. I feel like you need to have a database of professional athletes with their social security number because you need to put in your social security number to sign up for a gambling account, correct? There should just be a database of every NFL player at this point. Now it's into college too. Just any restricted athletes, their social securities just need to be in a database. And if that number is ever inputted to a profile account sign up, not allowed. I feel like it's not that hard to do.
Well, supplying the social security number into a database is the hardest aspect
let's say
of it
the
because
NFL,
that's a problem.
If the NFL is so strict, okay, the NFL, I guarantee they have every single NFL employee.
You need
social
to
security
for W-2 form.
Yeah.
It's a job.
So if I was the NFL and gambling is such a big deal that they're making it, punishing Calvin Ridley and JMO and shit, then they need to be going up to the sports books and being like, yo, all of these numbers, if you even see half of the number correct, flag it. Okay. There's something up. Like, I feel like it's not that difficult. I feel like it's not that hard to do.
Yeah, let's not get into the nitty gritty.
Well, I guess in theory, there's nothing illegal of having a betting account. I guess technically in the NFL, so it could be a thing there, but
I don't know how their logs work, so I couldn't tell you. You know, I'm not on the inside of
I feel like it just wouldn't be that difficult to find out. Kayshon Boutte 7, like, maybe we should look into this.
And number one, like 2 different times, same social. How did he make 2 different accounts?
Yes,
hold on, that's
another
the first question. How do you make 2 different accounts? How does that happen?
Someone, the Baton Rouge FanDuel facility was like, I got you, Kayshon. Like, I don't know how else you could explain that. Like, who approves that? How does someone in the like IT department going through the accounts like,
yeah, it looks fun.
Kayshon Boutte 07, and this guy bets a lot of LSU athletics, huh?
Interesting.
Wait, could this? No.
He would never. He can't.
It's too obvious, right?
He can't.
Bill, it's Kayshon. Yeah, like how did that conversation go? I need to know. But yeah. Those are kind of the juicy little information that we had about Kayshon today. Yeah, I just want to say I'm more impressed than anything that he was able to go up that much. Like, if you just really think about it, that is
also and not shitting his pants, risking it. Because I mean, imagine risking that amount in the first place.
Like, real quick, just 400,000 divided by 15. He, in theory, if that was the bet size, he went up over 26,000 units. Like, you just need to think about it in those numbers. Like, what are we talking about, Kayshon? Like, you have something way bigger and brighter than the NFL, buddy, and it's based on the NFL. But you get what I'm saying.
I mean, hold on. There was insider information, so give or take.
True.
Also, to be honest, I don't think he's going to be allowed to gamble.
How much money?
I don't think that's going to happen.
How much money did he profit off of LSU basketball last year when they won the national championship? That's what we need. We need to check his futures. I feel like that's an easy way to game the system. If you're an NFL player, you know the transactions before they happen. Like,
yeah.
Other than Harbaugh, though, ask Michigan fans. They had no fucking idea that was coming. Speaking of Harbaugh, actually, I have a quick little non-football thing that I just want to quickly bring up. Quick little MLB Dodger thing. If you want to do that right now, or are we rolling?
If this is going to be about Paxton, I'd say leave.
No. Not really. But Dodgers, they just want to go to a 6-man rotation. And Yamamoto, when he played in Japan, they only pitch once a week. Just rotation system. So he gets 6 days of rest, or he did when he played in Japan. And also Ohtani, I'm not sure how much longer he did it later into his career, but when he first started with the Angels, they had a 6-man rotation for Ohtani. Now he was also hitting, so it's a little bit different there. But Yamamoto specifically. Okay, Otani's not even pitching this year. We want to go to a 6-man for him, for his longevity and his fucking elbow. Remember, in our contract, if he has any type of elbow injury, we can opt out. So, like, remember that. We want to keep him healthy, keep him good. So, in a potential 6-man rotation, like, the door is not shut on a Kershaw comeback. Now, Kershaw would not
Right now,
be able to play until June, July, till the
right
summer.
now,
But
it's what we have: Yamamoto,
Yamamoto,
Walker,
Glasnow, Walker, our goat Bobby,
Bobby,
Sheehan, and we don't really Paxton. I
and
guess
James
is the
Paxton
sixth.
is technically, and also, I mean, if Dustin May comes back, which he won't, because we were at the game that he injured himself, so
Now
he
I
won't
know,
come
but
back.
I did see some videos of Dustin throwing, and he looks. I've heard that he is ahead of schedule as of right now than Walker Buehler was last year at the same time. If Dustin did come back, I'd expect August, September, which could be our trade deadline acquisition right there. If you get what I'm saying, he could be the guy that boom. Because I mean, if you remember last year, Dustin was arguably our most consistent starter until he got hurt. He was dealing last year. It is a damn shame that we cursed him, but now we know. Now we know.
Sorry.
I can guarantee you, Yoshinobu, I will never watch you pitch live ever as long as you have a Dodger uniform.
It's just me and you together. You alone is possible. Me alone is okay. Me and you together is where the problems lie.
But
that's where the problem.
In terms of recent memories, I think I'm the curse, not you.
Well, no, the career, the injuries to our starter pitchers is only when you and I are present simultaneously.
Injury slash career
enders.
Yes.
Now, losses are on you. I have yet to lose, but.
Well, I was saying I had a really long stretch of, I had like a solid 6-year stretch where I'd go 2 or 3 games a year. Never lost. I was like, dude, I'm on a fucking heater right now. When we saw the Giants last year, and they swept, I was like, dude, maybe 3. I think it was 21. But when that happened, I was like, dude, I've got the magic in me, like that B.O.B. Rivers Cuomo song, literally.
Yep.
But yeah, 6-man rotation, which the more exciting aspect I want to bring up is the door is not closed on Kershaw. It's not closed yet. I'm not necessarily sure I'd want to see him pitch in the playoffs, but I want that fucker wearing a Dodger uniform next year when we have the best team we've ever had. I want Clayton there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
He's my favorite player ever. He's
and for the sake of all Dodger fans, Clayton, can we? Let's assume you do resign with us. Can you fucking retire after the season, please? Just because I don't want to see you on another team, because there's no shot you're coming back 2 years in a row. I'm sorry, but
most likely not. I think for him, I don't think he has it in him to go through another off.
Well, I don't know. I thought that he would be done after this past year, but maybe not.
Yeah, you would think 6 runs and 1 out would be enough. No. He back. Yeah, he's coming.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. Last thing, I heard Justin Turner might be a San Francisco Giant, and
you see Jock Peterson to
the Diamondback. Now, the Diamondbacks, I know they beat us last year. We don't like the Diamondbacks. I know long term. Oh fuck, us and D-backs, boy, are we in a 2-headed race for the next decade. But never take your eyes off the prize, everyone. Fuck the San Francisco Giants. Never forget that, everybody. And Justin Turner, God, that's going to break my heart just watching him put on that orange. Ugh. It's going to be disgusting. That gross cream and orange. Yuck. I do not want to watch that for a second. I love you, Justin. I love you, Justin Turner. I still have your jersey. We still rep that shit all the time. But yeah, that's what I want to bring up for MLB. 6-man rotation for Yamamoto's elbow. But okay, fun little trade. Breakups. Mariners and Twins.
Yeah, Jorge Polanco,
who is a pretty notable guy, actually, Everett.
I just think this is kind of funny because this is the second year the Twins and the Mariners have traded a major player from the Twins to the Mariners. So the Mariners are becoming. Oh, sorry, I'm still thinking of C things.
Fair enough.
MAR teams. My bad.
I understand. No, it's
probably for a pitcher again, most likely.
Dude, I'm just saying. When it comes to Luis Arias, with Mookie Betts now officially moving to all-time second baseman. The opportunities aren't quite there today, but don't close the door on 2 years from now or 3 years from now. Luis Urias is only like 26. So don't close that door, Everett. Like,
Need a
not
hitter. Need a
this year.
contact hitter. Need a
Unless,
contact hitter.
the only way he joins our team is if an injury happens, and we don't want that. So Luis Urias is not going to be this year.
Unless he moves to third base now. Okay, so I want to get back to the NFL.
Months.
I want to get back to the NFL. Shout out. I just want to give a shout out to your guys, Ohio State. CJ Stroud is an obvious lock for Rookie of the Year this year.
Yeah. Now, Everett.
Now let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
I'll say something.
Rookie of the Years. Each of these years, an Ohio State player won Rookie of the Year.
Oh, I've seen this.
2023, 2022.
Wait, let me see if I can name them all, but keep going.
2019, 2017, and 2016. 6 years out of the last, was that 8?
16?
6 out of the last 8. Yeah, 6 out of the last 8.
Now, some of these are Roy. Some of these are D Roy. Let me see if I can go. Let me go in chronological order. So 2016, that's Joey Bosa. That's easy.
Yep.
Correct. 2017, yes. That's Marshawn Lattimore.
Yes.
2018, is that Denzel Ward? Oh, they didn't win.
2018.
They didn't win.
Not there.
What's the next year?
2019.
2019. Who would have won it in 2019? Don't tell me. Let me think. Who would have won it 2019, 2018? I'm guessing defensive player. I am actually positive it's a defensive player. 2018 Ohio State.
2019. 2019.
Yes, but 2019 draft. Oh, wait, no. 2019 Rookie of the Year. So that means they got drafted in 2019.
Yes, 2018. 2019, yes. Sorry, they got drafted in 2019. Yes.
Is this Sam Hubbard?
It's Nick Bosa.
Oh, that's bad. Okay. That was bad.
2020. 2020.
2020 Chase Young.
2022.
Yeah.
Last year. And this year, CJ.
Okay. Damn.
So
Bosa, I forgot Bosa because he played 3 games for Ohio State 2018. Forgot he was there.
Also just speaking about defensive rookie of the year.
Who's winning?
Just want to say, screw you, voters. Screw you. Ivan Pace not even being mentioned on that is an absolute catastrophe. He played the most defensive snaps among all rookie linebackers, and out of that, first in sacks, first in tackles, first in pressures, first in QB hits, first in forced turnovers, first in defensive stops, and first in touchdowns allowed. The fact that he is not on the list over some random
touchdowns allowed, those are coverage stats, correct?
Yep. And
okay.
Zero.
Damn.
3 sacks, 70 tackles, 15 pressures, 6 quarterback hits, 2 forced turnovers, 30 defensive stops, 0 touchdowns allowed.
What is he playing?
Year candidate.
Mike?
Yes.
Impressive. I mean, like, this is just so, I mean, I know they don't, well, ironically, it does factor in for quarterbacks, but not the quarterback of the defense, but having to command the defense, call the fucking plays. I know, it's not the exact same calling the plays as a linebacker than a quarterback, but no, still, like, just having that responsibility.
Rookie.
Everyone is coming to you. You need to fucking tell everyone what's going on if they forget. Like, that's a big responsibility to have for an undrafted guy. Now, I know he was projected to go like round 3. I know we talked about that a lot.
We know that Jalen Carter or that Will Anderson is going to win it, but for the fact that Ivan Pace,
though, because I've seen this flip, I don't know who the fuck's winning. I got no idea.
Fact that Ivan Pace just isn't even a candidate on the list is pretty big BS. And I don't agree with it. Like, hold on, let me just look up defensive rookie of the year odds. Let's just look at who this is right now. This is January 18th, so about a week ago. Right now, Tui Pelotu, Joey Porter, Brian Branch, Devon Witherspoon, Will Anderson, and Jalen Carter.
It's just the finalist list.
Favorites to win.
Tuli is 1.
Tui is last at
Oh,
plus,
okay.
20,000.
I was about to say, what the fuck? What?
Jalen Carter is minus 130. He's the favorite. But look, he's got to be over
it's
Tui.
so obvious that Jalen Carter should win. But like,
But he is the favorite right now. He is the favorite right now.
I'm a big Will Anderson truther. You know me, but
I mean, this was the one that was all over the internet. It was Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Joey Porter, Kobe Turner, the defensive tackle for the Rams, and Devon Witherspoon. The fact that you have Kobe Turner in there over Ivan Pace alone or other players is just foul. That is disgusting. That's the meme with it's all the soldiers standing outside the house and it's the guy in the clown suit.
yes, of course.
Like, that's that.
Okay.
That's that.
Okay. No, that now I exactly
now you know. Now you know.
Now I completely comprehend what you were trying to get at there. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, we hate these awards. We hate these awards.
Now,
okay, real quick. MVP. Now, we discussed a couple weeks ago that the MVP the voting needs to end at the regular season. Okay.
yes.
We went over that. We discussed it. But damn it, Patrick Mahomes is more valuable than Lamar Jackson. Damn it.
If you're going just off that, Christian McCaffrey wins it. Christian McCaffrey wins it.
Actually, yes.
Christian McCaffrey wins it.
Yes.
And you can't say Patrick Mahomes is more valuable. The referees are more valuable. Taylor Swift is more valuable. That's actually what it is.
Oh, 100%. Now, if we're talking the franchise of the Kansas City Chiefs. What
NFL MVP 2023.
However, I'm not sure if you saw these reports, but allegedly Taylor Swift generated
$33 million
plus $1 in revenue for the NFL.
Hey, all I'm saying, I said this in my TikTok. I said they put out this referee crew that favors away teams the moment that the Chiefs won that game. And guess what happened? Guess what we saw in the game? Very, very obvious, blatant, questionable decisions and calls. So,
yeah, I mean, there were definitely some eyebrow raisers, if I were to describe it like that. I guess, but yeah, I guess
first conference championship that guy had ever ref, by the way.
I guess before we could talk about some Chargers news exactly, we could
I actually
discuss.
I have a couple things. I kind of have a way I want to organize this. Okay. So just let me kind of roll.
Go.
So first thing I just want to mention, this is going to be a little bit of a side tangent before I get into other stuff. Kirk Cousins is reportedly asking for a 2-year deal with $45 million in like total salary. So signing bonus plus whatever. If that's the case, see ya. I'm sorry, but I love you, Captain Kirk. You're my guy. But asking for that much for 2 years instead of one, it's just not going to happen. If you want to say
your immediate reaction, you don't think he's worth the 45 mil. Do you think
I don't think that he's worth
would give him
I don't think that he's worth a 2-year contract for 45 mil based on what the Vikings want to do, because
would you?
I had him going at 30. So having an additional 15 mil means for one year. So having the additional 15 mil means you're not going to be able to sign Danielle Hunter back. You're going to lose out on some free agents. You're like, essentially put it this way. The difference is you could sign Kirk Cousins. You won't get Danielle Hunter, might not be able to extend some guys, or instead of that, you don't sign him. You draft a quarterback, maybe sign Gardner Minshew. You get Christian Wilkins. You maybe get somebody else, right? Like that's going to be the trade-off there. So I think somebody's going to be willing to pay that. There's like many teams that probably like the Falcons would pay that. Some other teams might pay that as well. Maybe the Titans or the Seahawks. I don't fucking know. Probably not the Seahawks, but there are teams.
Fuck. So, I know you wouldn't like to hear, but like, dude, Kirk in Seattle. Shit.
Sanford, they can't afford it. I have them cutting Geno Smith, but like San Francisco, maybe depending on how this Super Bowl goes, maybe they pay it.
I think I'm ready to admit Brock Purdy's the fucking guy. What Brock Purdy did.
No, he is. Yes, he is.
I'm done.
Balls of steel.
I'm done. I'm done. I won't say I'm done. Okay, Brock Purdy,
All
you're a
right.
fucking dude.
I'm about to riff. I'm about to riff on the Chargers and the Lions simultaneously.
Wait, real quick. Do you want to discuss the games after then? I do
Eh,
have
no, this
something
is
that I want to
I
bring
have
up.
I have a whole way. We're gonna get into the games.
Okay.
This is including it. All right.
We can start off with bolts.
All right. You want to start with bolts? I can do
Sure.
bolts and transition into the game if you want.
Yeah, we
okay.
can do that.
I got a question for you.
Fun.
Do you know who was drafted after Mike Williams?
Who was drafted after Mike Williams?
After the Chargers took Mike Williams. Do you know?
I know he was drafted 3 picks after Mike Williams. The pick after it's a quarterback, correct?
No.
Oh shit. No. I saw this today. I did not.
It is arguably the second worst scenario.
Well, Mahomes technically was there.
They drafted.
I know he went
Christian McCaffrey was drafted at 8.
Was he?
He was drafted at 8,
really?
1 pick behind Mike Williams. Yep.
Wait.
Yep.
I feel like he was later. Why am I
nope.
nuts? Damn.
Nope.
Damn, I'm good for
1 pick after.
Yeah, I've never been a Mike Dubb fan. I've never been a big fan. I feel like in this era of NFL, in my opinion, what's the number one? Catching's a given. If you can't catch, you're not on the fucking field. But other than that, in my opinion, what's the biggest advantage of a receiver? It's their separation ability, their route running skills. Are they able to get open? I think it's not that hard to understand. Mike Williams can't get open. That's a problem.
Let me ask you. Now I gotta ask you this question, and this goes into into the games. How do you feel that there's now another fan base that can endure your pain of blowing a 27-point lead?
It's great to not be the only team that's in that department. Okay. It's great to not only be that guy. Now,
what is worse?
Personally, I'd still say 25-point lead that Atlanta blew in the Super Bowl was definitely more heartbreaking and tragic. But, facts are facts. The Chargers were up 27-0 on the Jaguars. Like, that happened. So
27 unanswered points.
Theirs is worse. Theirs is worse because it was to go to the Super Bowl. Right? I'm not the.
Hold up that L.
Me? Wait,
no, for the Lions.
Okay, thank you. I was about to say it couldn't have been me there. They could have gone to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they are the first team. The Lions are the first team, and this is perfect. This is perfect. It couldn't have happened to a better situation, better team.
God, you hate
for this to happen to.
I was getting bored when you were like, "No, little brother, we're proud of him. We're happy with what
in the regular season."
Fuck
yeah,
that. Fuck that, Everett. I want you to.
Lions are the first team in NFL history to lose a conference championship game when leading by 17 or more points at halftime. Keep in mind, you remember this stat of Kyle Shanahan, who's like 1 in 38 in games losing by 7 points.
I don't think
they had won. This is he is 2 in 32 in overall, I think, something like that, when trailing by like 10 or more points at halftime. Before Sunday, all other teams were 21-0 when holding such a lead at half. I feel bad for Dan Campbell and a couple of the players, but fuck you, Lion fans. There's a specific.
Wait, you feel bad for Dan Campbell?
He actually, like, I think that he's a decent coach, and like he actually is like turned that franchise around.
Decision to go for it, not kick for the field goal at the end.
That was stupid. Also to run for it instead of throwing it again and burning the timeout was stupid. But I can feel a little bad for like a coach who's kind of turned around things. But for the fans that have been complete cocks since they've made,
I feel the worst for Texas A&M fans. They watch a Texas A&M grad go out there. I'm kidding.
But for this, it's not every Lions fan. Let me specify that. There's some Lions fans. It's not every Lions fan, all right? But there's a select group of Lions fans, which are the ones I've interacted with the most. This is deserving. You deserve this, and I'm happy. Also, for anybody that's like, why didn't you want the Lions to win? Like, why do you want the 49ers? Dude, if you are a fan of a team in their division and you're cheering for that team in your division to win, get the fuck out of my fan. Get out of here. Get out of my fan base.
So one of the big arguments going around among like the Ohio State fandoms going into the national championship, it was about 90-10. 90% of Ohio State's like, fuck Michigan. I hope Washington beats them by 1 million. It was like 10% of Ohio State fans like, guys, this is now a Big Ten thing. We want Michigan to win. It strengthens the Big Ten. We look better if Michigan wins. And like for all those people, like with all due respect, please stop being a fan of Ohio State football. Like you are not welcome here. Like I've never heard of that in my life. My dad literally says the only time I will ever root for the Reds is when they play Michigan. Like when it comes to Michigan football, no, you do not fucking root for them. Like when it comes to Chiefs football, Raiders football, Broncos football, I hope they lose respectfully. I hope they lose every single game for the rest of their franchise career by 1,000,000 points each game, respectfully. And if you didn't say the same thing about the Chargers or Ohio State, then I would question your fandom. So it goes both ways. This isn't a one-way street here. But if you're ever rooting for a rival because you think somehow it makes you look better, that's loser talk. That's loser talk. That's pathetic. What are we doing here? So yeah. But
unbelievably dumb.
It might be time for me to have a little bit of fun here. So with the pillaging, the exodus, the stealing of coaches from the Michigan Wolverines football team, Jim Harbaugh has now taken defensive coordinator Jesse Minter and his son, Jay Harbaugh, special teams coach, which, if you remember, Everett, the only questionable part about Michigan's football team last year was special teams.
The special
teams. If you remember, the only questionable part was the special teams. And of course, Jim Harbaugh took his son with him to LA, but Michigan's strength and conditioning coach, Ben Herbert, has informed the Michigan Wolverines that he will be joining the Los Angeles Chargers with Jesse Minter. The Chargers also found their new GM, Joe Horowitz. I think I pronounced it right.
Horowitz?
From the Ravens.
Horowitz. I think it's Horowitz.
There's no W in there, but we'll go with Horowitz. I'm
no, that's not it.
But yeah, we had our GM from the Ravens. Once again, another John Harbaugh guy. Real quick, first things first. I think, this is our last window as Jim Harbaugh guys that we can take assistance from John. So let's keep them coming. I think after this year, John will probably be like, hey, Jim, go find your own fucking assistant. Stop taking mine. So I think we will only have a couple more months to steal from John Harbaugh, but while those months are open, keep on doing it, Jim. You won't hear any problems out of me.
The most interesting thing is going to be who your OC is, because that's the biggest. That's the biggest hire of everything.
Now, I'm not sure if Harbaugh and Cliff are boys like that. Hopefully they are. I hope they are, but I'm not sure if they have each other's numbers. I'm pretty sure they announced Kellen Moore will be taking the Eagles offensive coordinator job.
Yes, they
did. A couple weeks ago, we were discussing Dodgers blocked an interview for Kellen Moore, and I was thinking,
you mean Chargers, not Dodgers.
Chargers. Holy shit. God, Chargers blocked an interview with Kellen Moore. I was thinking, maybe we might not be getting Harbaugh, maybe not. That obviously ended up happening. We let Kellen Moore walk immediately. So yeah, I've been hearing Greg Roman. That's not who I want. I would not be good. Excited about Greg Roman.
Not be good.
I would not be excited about that. We pray for literally anything else. The way the rest of this coaching staff or
who I honestly think would be a great OC, and I'd be really upset if this happened, but Keenan McCardle, the wide receiver coach for the Vikings.
Okay.
I think it'd be a great
Sell me on it. I'm not familiar with his game.
He's going to be the OC in the Pro Bowl, I believe, or maybe either the Pro Bowl or some other game, something like that.
Okay. Well, we will look into it, do some more digging, do some more research to see exactly. But back to the other thing, I kind of want to more so talk about a Michigan Chargers aspect of this. So I've had a lot of fun today scrolling through the Michigan message board forum pages, Everett. I'll have to send you a couple of these examples, but the forums have been going crazy. Okay. For many of them, the messages of those who stay will be champions. It made sense for a little bit. But all of those who stayed subsequently left a couple weeks after winning the national championship. But hey, they in theory stayed and they technically did become champions, guys. So technically they lived up. They lived up to the prophecy and the expectations set at the University of Michigan. But Everett, moving forward with Jesse Minter leaving now, regardless of Harbaugh was leaving or not, I thought there was a pretty strong chance Michigan could have kept their program intact. And by program intact, I mean don't have a Alabama transfer portal exodus.
Yes, which so far hasn't been
Oh,
Huge.
no one's left Michigan as of today, Monday, January 29th at 5:20 Pacific Standard Time PM. Okay, nothing has happened as of right now. However, with the strength and conditioning coach going, with defensive coordinator Jesse Minter leaving, now, especially on the defensive side of the ball, I could see the odds of them hitting the portal definitely increasing. So, Holston Loveland is a name, and the Don are two guys who I was looking at who could be hitting the portal and leaving. And I think for the most part, it appears if the Don will be staying. So shout out Michigan. You guys keep your guy. That's a guy who, shit, I'm so sad he's not at Ohio State. He's been destroying my life for the past 2 years. But the other big time offensive guy I'm very interested in now is Colston Loveland, the tight end out of Michigan. I thought he was their biggest mismatch advantage in their passing game last year. I thought Colston Loveland was an excellent pass catching tight end, really hard to match up with him in coverage with your linebackers. Too slow to cover him if you're a linebacker, too small to cover him if you're playing nickel. So matchup nightmare. That's a very, very big name guy that I would be very interested in. Not even just Ohio State, any program. Shit, my USC Trojans better give him a call right now. But the defensive line I'm more excited for with Jesse Minter leaving. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm hearing Will Johnson, I'm hearing Mason Graham, I'm hearing Kenneth Grant are all unhappy with the current situation. Now, in the past, Michigan, a big way they were able to land some of these top guys was selling them on, we might not give you the most money now in NIL compared to the other schools, but we're getting you ready for the NFL. We will develop you into NFL players. That has been the message for a long time. As you can see, it's been working out pretty well for Michigan. But now with all those guys who have been promising them for years, this is what's going to happen. We're going to be here. We're going to get you the NFL. They're all gone and they're in the NFL themselves. So if I'm a Will Johnson, if I'm a Mason Graham, if I'm a Kenneth Grant, first things first, I have already called up my Michigan NIL collective demanding a 3x bump. Okay, I've already got that out of the way. That's already been submitted. The paperwork is already there. And I know they have the money because there's like 40 fucking scholarship players leaving because they're all fifth-year seniors and out of eligibility. So I know there's more money. And if you look at the incoming Michigan recruiting class, there's not many top-tier guys. So there's not much money going around there. So Will Johnson can get his payday. And if you're the University of Michigan, you pay him right fucking now. You do it right now, okay? Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? You do that right now if you're them. We'll see what happens. But I'd still expect those four names I just mentioned, Loveland, Will Johnson, Mason Graham, and Kenneth Grant, I expect them to ultimately stay at the end of the day.
Okay.
But I'm hearing Michigan people themselves, not me. Michigan people are saying it was a great run. These last 3 years have been amazing, but let's just be real with ourselves. 8-4, 10-2 ceiling going forward, which has never made me
pretty
more
good.
But for a coming off a national championship winner, if we look at other teams to have won national championships and what they did moving forward,
how many of those teams lost their head coach?
None. There's never been Everett. There's never been a national championship head coach that left. We're not talking retire. I'm not even sure if there's an example of that, but we have never seen a college football coach win the national championship and then leave for another coach.
We have never. 3 of the 4 head coaches from this year's playoff are gone.
Yep. I've never seen something like this ever. And a lot of it, Nick Saban helped a lot, helped moving parts around, of course. I'm just interested to see what moves forward for these Wolverines. We'll see what happens, who they can get in there. Maybe Jaden Davis takes a look at the portal now too, their quarterback. We'll see. I have no idea what happens at University of Michigan. I just hope they fail. That's all I can hope for. So yeah.
So let's just get into the Super Bowl. Well, do we even want to talk about the Super Bowl right now? Because we have 2 weeks for that.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm going to say,
Chiefs,
and I said this, only thing I'll say right now, Chiefs are going to win. But there's the Peter Schrager streak going right now, which is that he's correctly picked the Super Bowl winner for the last 4 seasons, 5 of the Chiefs win it, right? There's another streak. There's another streak that is ongoing. Every time the 49ers have won an NFC championship game versus a team with a shade of blue in their logo, they have won the Super Bowl. And anytime that they beat a non-blue team, they have lost.
So I think I overheard this recently that the Niners have been to 8 Super Bowls and have won 6. I think I heard that on the broadcast.
Yes. So let me break
So
this
we
down
know
for you.
one of
Let me
them's the
break this down
Chiefs.
for you. Let me break this down for you. Okay. They lost. Well, I don't know who the Super Bowl matchups, but that one was versus the Packers in 2020. They lost it, right? 1982, they played the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. There's blue in their logo. They won. 1985, Bears.
Wait, is
Bears
this
have
Super
blue.
Bowl or NFC?
This is their NFC Championship
Okay.
opponent. Think of the logo of this team. Okay. Think of the logo of this team.
Okay. Got it.
85 played the Bears, won the Super Bowl. 89 played the Bears, won the Super Bowl. Rams in 1990 won the Super Bowl. 1995 they played the Cowboys again, won the Super Bowl. 2013 played the Falcons. They won that game, lost the Super Bowl. 2020 played the Packers, won that game, lost the Super Bowl. 2024 played the Lions, won this game. We'll tell. Time will tell. But this streak has been going on since 1982.
Okay. So we can wait, what does that mean for this year and the matchup? That confirms
because the Lions play the Lions that have blue in their logo and they won. That says they'll win based on history.
Okay.
However, they've never had to go up against Taylor Swift, so a little bit of glazing. I'm just saying, little problem.
Yeah, I guess the Super Bowl logo thing did not end up correct. We're not getting a Ravens-Niners Super Bowl rematch. We're getting a different Super Bowl rematch.
However, I would add, when the Death Star was being built, a Chiefs fan threw a Chiefs flag into the pit of the Death Star. So technically, it is a Chiefs home game.
Okay, we got to keep that in mind. Okay, we need to keep that in mind. Write that down. Write that down. Yeah, I'm storing that one in the memory bank. Yep, that's written down. Okay. I guess if there was just one thing I want to say, just semi recapping. Damn it, the Ravens went down 10 against the Chiefs, and unfortunately we were correct. Unfortunately, our theory that the Ravens going down double digits in a game, they won't be able to come back. Unfortunately, we were right. But moving forward, if you are the Ravens, I'm just interested to see how they move forward from a roster construction standpoint. I feel like I don't even know. Lamar kind of shot down his leg. Obviously, Zay Flowers, had his moment and his mishaps. Aguilar, Aguilar.
He played well.
He was like,
he didn't play bad.
Surprisingly okay. I don't know. I don't know moving forward for Baltimore exactly what the plan is. I think, I don't know. Maybe Dobbins could have been the difference maker if he was healthy. Shit, because Justice Hill is.
Well, they also just didn't run. The biggest difference maker for the Ravens was the fact that Lamar tried to become a pocket passer instead of running and scrambling and running up and through the pockets and hitting the open field. He tried to step up into the pocket and play for a pass rather than running for a first down for 10 yards. I don't know if maybe he was hurt or felt weird or something, but to have the Bills put up 182 yards on the ground the week before and not run with the best rushing offense in the NFL and the best rushing quarterback in the NFL, that's a little wild to me. Like, I don't understand that offensive game plan. I don't understand if you're Lamar Jackson, why you would just try and play in the pocket and not try and run. That makes no sense to me.
I mean, the Ravens, it started off poorly, go 3-and-out. Chiefs go down, score. They responded quickly. That was big, but just life-sucking drives out of the Chiefs to start the game. 10-play touchdown drive, then a 16-play touchdown drive, taking off a total of 14 minutes and 47 seconds off the board in those two drives alone. They milked the shit out of the clock. They did not let the Ravens play their game. They forced them to go on the Chiefs. Well, shit. The Chiefs played the Ravens game to beat them, and it worked. Damn it.
It did.
I do not know how the Chiefs lose. I do not know how they lose. I think this is the best defense Patrick Mahomes has had in his NFL career. Their defense is absurd. The Chiefs defense this year is crazy, and they did without Nick Bolton. They had Leo Chanel, spying on. Maybe that's why Lamar couldn't run, because Leo Chenal put up the best spy performance in the history of the NFL.
Maybe, but I mean, even then, it
No,
looks like it was. I don't know.
But it's ridiculous. Exactly. Well, shit. I mean, Nick Bolton ended up fucking playing in that game, so I guess maybe it was just. But yeah, I mean, the Chiefs. It's inevitable. They're winning the Super Bowl. Let's stop dilly dallying, people. We all know.
Oh my God, you just threw it back to dilly dilly. Remember those commercials?
How could I not? Like before
Man.
Whopper, it was all dilly dilly.
It was dilly dilly. What happened to those? That's
well, Bud Light died, so
yeah, they needed to keep dilly dilly. That would have. Oh man. Okay. To wrap up the episode, I have an off-season wish list for us. I'm apologizing to you ahead of time. There are a lot of names. Patriots off-season wish list.
I think they just declined Mac Jones in real life. The 5th year.
5th year, but yeah, we're starting this off with Mac Jones, actually. All right. Here we go.
Make Mac Jones owner of the franchise.
Trade Mac Jones, sign T. Higgins, Tyrod Taylor, and Justin Madubuike. Cut J.C. Jackson, Lawrence Guy, and Daniel Ekuale. I think it's Daniel Ekuale. I think that's what Daniel Ekuale. Restructure Juju Smith-Schuster, Devontae Parker, and Matthew Judon, and re-sign Mike Onwenu, Kyle Duggar, Kendrick Bourne, Josh Uche, Anthony Jennings, Miles Bryant, Trent Brown, Pharaoh Brown, Hunter Henry, and Mac Wilson. There's a lot of names in there that's like really hard to pronounce.
Yeah, now were you saying re-sign at the very end there or cut?
Resign.
So
Mike
shout out my guy Miles Bryant. Went to the same high school as Miles. Shout out my guy. Great corner for the New England Patriots. Way better than that bum J.C. Jackson. So I love that move.
Yeah. So resign Mike Onwenu, Kyle Duggar, Kendrick Bourne, Josh Uche, Anthony Jennings, Miles. Is it Uche? Josh Uche, right? Josh Uche. Yeah, Josh Uche. You got enough in there. Anthony Jennings, Miles Bryant, Trent Brown, Pharaoh Brown, Hunter Henry, and Mac Wilson. So the biggest signing, the biggest things here are T. Higgins and Justin Madubuike. Those two guys.
And we're letting Juju walk, correct?
Yeah. Juju is a restructure. Now, they said, and Gerard Mayo has come out and he's like, we're gonna spend big. We're spending a lot of money, right? And sometimes, you might think, hey, that means that we're gonna get a lot of guys. We're gonna sign a lot of guys, right? They have everybody is on 1 or 2 year contract on this team. Next year, they have 16 free agents again. There's 24 guys on roster right now for next season. Wow. This year's the same thing. They technically had $80 million in cap space going into this year before I cut J.C. Jackson and gave him 90. And even out of all of that, we still need to restructure because that's how good T. Higgins and Justin Madubuike are going to be for this team. Interior defensive pressure and an actual wide receiver on top of Kendrick Bourne. That's setting up your quarterback for success right there. That's what you do. And they have $90 million in cap space for next season too.
Yeah, I'm seeing they got a lot of room to work with here just for this upcoming season. So, yeah.
Yep. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Everett Takes, not Waterboy Grant. We post new TikToks every Tuesday to Sunday, so make sure to follow us there for more content. We post new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications to not miss a single episode. We started posting on Instagram again. So make sure to follow us there. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.